Today we are back at Crown Hill Cemetery in Indianapolis, Indiana to bring you yet another visit that I was able to make while in Indianapolis at Crown Hill Cemetery. I know it is June here in Kentucky. It's hot, summer is upon us. I know the snow doesn't really match what is happening for most of us across the country, but I was able to visit so many graves here, and I want to bring those to you even though the seasons are a little off on the video. Born February 16th, 1904 in Indianapolis, Indiana, James Baskett was an actor beginning in the late 1920s through the 1940s. He briefly studied pharmacology and apparently decided that was not the route he wanted to go. He moved to New York City, joined up with Bill Bojangles Robinson, became an actor. He eventually appeared on Broadway, which is an honor in and of itself. He was a part of the popular live radio program Amos and Andy, which, if you've ever studied that program, if you've ever looked at it, looked up any history on it, I should say, it was very popular for its day. This black stone here, I would love if it showed up a little better, but with the snow and it's kind of wet and shiny, you really can't see as much on there as I would like to have been able to present, because it just was not, the conditions were not right to be able to read that. In 1945, James Baskett auditioned for Disney's new feature film Song of the South. This is one of the first situations of Hollywood actually featuring a black actor in a leading role. So in a way, it was a very historic performance. The film has largely been forgotten because it did romanticize the segregated South. He actually originally auditioned for one of the voices of the animals in the movie, and Disney himself was so impressed with him that he gave him the role of Uncle Remus, which Uncle Remus was famous for singing that song Zippity Doo Dah. Like I said, the film has pretty well been forgotten due to the romanticizing of the segregated South. I'm going to be honest, that's just stuff that I've read. I've never actually seen it. If you have, then maybe you know the taste in which the film was done. I have no idea. I can't speak to that. I've never seen it. I just know what I've read. But whatever the case may be, he did receive an honorary Academy Award in 1948, when that's something that is rare as well in my reading. Doesn't really happen too much. An honorary Academy Award for the role of Uncle Remus in Disney's Song of the South. At times, he was actually criticized for taking roles that were considered demeaning to African Americans, so I don't really know what his feelings were on that at the time. I do know on the marker to the right of this one, it did list that role as a role that he had. I also looked up John Baskett. He's buried here with his father, James is. John was the father, and that is his name that appears on this stone with him. Just a beautiful day in Indianapolis, and I was so glad to be able to show you this. Like I said, I know it's definitely not a snowy time right now, but just look at the beauty right here. I just think this added, I'm so glad that I was able to visit there in the snow. I just thought this added so much to that visit, and I'm glad to be able to still be bringing you some of these. I've also got some more exciting things coming your way. I visited Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond, Virginia, which, you know, I know you think Hollywood, California, but you talk about a ton of history, some amazing stories that's going to be coming out of that as well. On July 9th, 1948, James Baskett, who suffered from diabetes, actually died of heart failure at age 44, which, when I started this, I had no idea that Mr. Baskett passed away at such a young age. Just a terrible loss. And I feel like he would have had a bright future ahead of him based on his success as an actor. And the thing is, even the roles that he would have been criticized for, he received so much praise for his ability to act. He was just a great actor. It was something that he could do, and he did it well. So amongst all of the controversy and the things associated with the roles that he took, I want to remember his talent, because he was a talented man. So James Baskett, I am so glad to be able to visit your grave today on my channel. I'm going to leave links in the description where you can find me. Facebook, Instagram, merchandise store. I would love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment below if you have any memories of Mr. Baskett. And from Indianapolis, Indiana at Crown Hill Cemetery, I will see you again soon.